Barcelona midfield duo rejoins group training, should be available for Atlético. FC Barcelona begin their week with the news that comes like a breath of fresh air for the Camp Nou faithful. Reports from Camp Tito Vilanova at the Ciutat Esportiva Joan Gamper have emerged claiming that the injured Ousmane Dembele, Pedri Gonzalez, and Frenkie De Jong all trained with the first team. For now, the three players have not yet resumed full training with the group. However, this might prove a vital first step in making a possible return in the all-important game on Sunday against Atlético Madrid, according to a recent report from Mundo Deportivo. The next few days will reveal whether the trio will be available for the game as the medical staff continues to monitor their situation. Barcelona have had something of an injury crisis at hand, with two of Xavi's most crucial players, Pedri and Dembele, out with long-term injuries in a period that saw the Catalan giants get knocked out of the Europa League and the Copa del Rey. In the league, however, things have gone rather smoothly, with the title all but wrapped up as Real Madrid trail La Blaugrana by 11 points going into the business end of the season. In addition to the three mentioned above, Andreas Christensen and Sergi Roberto make up FC Barcelona's current injury list. The Dane has impressed at the heart of the defense, being part of the tightest league defense across the continent. Barcelona president hits out at Real Madrid's involvement in Negreira case. Joan Laporta, the president of FC Barcelona, had a prolonged and long-awaited press conference on Monday. The agenda on the night was to discuss Barcelona's involvement in the Negreira scandal, the payments made to manipulate decisions, and the club's explanation towards the same. However, a large part of his media interaction on the day was centered around Real Madrid, the club's stand against the Catalans, refereeing in La Liga, and topics far away from the scandal itself. The Barcelona president began his comments on Real Madrid with a dig at the club's open support to taking legal action against the Catalans and himself through a massive accusation at the defending Spanish champions. Real Madrid wanting to take legal action against Barcelona with unprecedented claims is purely cynical. They have always been favored by the referees, to this day. We all know it. I hope this trial exposes that. Laporta went on to call the Merengues a royalty team, and revealed data on the composition of refereeing boards to highlight the same. Real Madrid have always been considered the royalty team, close to power. In the last 7 decades, the executives in refereeing committees have always been club members or former board members at Real Madrid. The Catalan president's accusations on Real Madrid only continued deeper into the press conference, as he went on to call the Spanish capital-based side as regularly favored. Real Madrid joined the hate campaign, even though they are the club that have always been favored by the refereeing decisions. If Barcelona are proven innocent in the court of law and charges subsequently dropped, they will reserve the right to seek compensation for the damage they have faced over the past few months. Laporta spoke about the same and possibly implied it towards Real Madrid, amongst other institutions. We reserve the right to sue people for damages. The compensation can be astronomical. Finally, he cut some slack for Los Blancos president Florentino Perez's decision to stand against the Catalan institution and attributed it to peer pressure. He did not hold back, however, and commented on what the better approach to handle the situation was. I think that Florentino Perez may have made that move because of the pressure in the rivalry. I understand that he was in a difficult situation, but he should have waited for the right moment to act. I don't accept the way in which he did it. Will Barcelona play European football in 2023-24? Joan Laporta reacts to talk of UEFA ban due to Negreira scandal. Joan Laporta remains confident that Barcelona's name will be cleared in the Negreira case, allowing them to play in Europe next season. The Catalan giants are under investigation from La Liga and UEFA after it was revealed that they had made several payments to the former vice president of the Spanish Referees Committee between 2001 and 2018. Legal proceedings are underway, while Barca face the threat of sanctions from domestic and European governing bodies. There have been suggestions that they could be barred from competing in the 2023-24 Champions League, but Laporta believes that the efforts of La Liga president Javier Tebas to tarnish Barca's reputation will come to nothing. Laporta has said, "If I have spoken of Tebas, it has been because, as president of the LFP, he is behaving absolutely irresponsibly. He is trying to harm the reputation of FCB. He has a series of constant actions, with his statements, in which he validates hypotheses that are false. He says that Barca had recognized that these services did not exist, and that is not the case. Thanks to the compliance work, from 2014 to 2018, Mr. Tebas tried to get UEFA to participate in this public lynching. Initially, Mr. Ceferin made some statements, but now he is acting prudently. So far, Ceferin has not fallen into Mr. Tebas's trap. I think that throughout the history of football there have been real scandals. Here a false hypothesis is validated. From the inputs I have, UEFA understands that this is in a judicial process. I understand that it will be pronounced when there is a trial. We will carry on as normal. Leaders Barcelona held, Valencia closer to La Liga drop. Winning has suddenly become a problem for Barcelona, and their double-digit cushion in the La Liga title race is proving useful. Barca's winless run reached 3 games after a 0-0 draw at Getafe in the Spanish league on Sunday left the Catalan club with an 11-point advantage over Real Madrid with 9 rounds to go. We have to start playing better again, we have to be more effective, Barcelona coach Xavi said. We earned a point that is not that bad, but we have to improve our game. This is not over yet. Getafe stayed in 15th place, 4 points above the relegation zone. Xavi complained of the field conditions at Getafe's stadium and said Barcelona are not used to playing in the early games when it's too sunny. It was also Barcelona's 3rd straight game without finding the net, with striker Robert Lewandowski scoring only twice in his last 9 matches. Seeking their first league title since 2019, Barcelona had been held to a scoreless draw by Girona at home in the previous round. Barca's next match is at home against 3rd-placed Atlético Madrid, who beat relegation-threatened Almeria 2-1. An Antoine Griezmann first-half double set them on their way to a 6th straight win and back within 2 points of Madrid. In other matches, Valencia stayed in the relegation zone after a 2-0 home loss to Sevilla. It was the team's 3rd loss in 4 games and 10th in their last 13. Loic Bade and Suso scored second-half goals for Sevilla, who moved to 12th place, while Valencia are 18th and 3 points from safety. Girona added to Elche's struggles with a 2-0 win at home. It was the 4th straight loss for last-placed Elche, who sit 17 points from safety with 9 rounds to go. Girona have won 2 of their last 4 matches, moving up to 9th. Carlo Ancelotti confirms Real Madrid decision ahead of Chelsea clash after weekend rotation. Chelsea welcome Real Madrid to Stamford Bridge tomorrow evening looking to overturn a 2-goal deficit in the Champions League quarter-final. The Blues find themselves 2-0 down on aggregate after being second best in Madrid last week. Goals either side of halftime from Karim Benzema and Marco Asensio did the damage, with Ben Chilwell suspended for the second leg for a straight red card. Many have backed the European champions to progress to the semi-final of the prestigious competition with little trouble after their first leg triumph. Chelsea come into the clash on the back of 3 straight defeats after the weekend's loss to Brighton. Carlo Ancelotti made a number of changes to his side on Saturday for the 2-0 win over Cadiz with Aurelien Tchouameni, Dani Ceballos, Nacho Fernandez, Asensio and Antonio Rudiger all starting. David Alaba, Toni Kroos and Vinicius Jr. were all rested over the weekend, with them all expected to play a key part in Madrid's attempts of progressing to the semi-final. We gave them the game they wanted, we gave them hope. Martin Odegaard blasts Arsenal for doing a lot of stupid things after throwing away another 2-goal lead in West Ham draw. Martin Odegaard has blasted his Arsenal teammates for giving away a 2-goal lead against West Ham United on Sunday. This comes just a week after the Gunners dropped points against Liverpool at Anfield despite being 2 goals up. Gabriel Jesus and Odegaard put Mikel Arteta's side 2 goals ahead against the Hammers on Sunday before said Benrahma and Jared Bowen saw the Irons come back and snatch a point. Mikel Antonio missed a late chance which could have seen Arsenal come away empty-handed, with Odegaard now criticizing his teammates for the performance. Speaking after the match, he told Sky Sports, "There was a lot of the same things to last week, started well but then we stopped, allowed them to play on their qualities. We gave them the game they wanted, we gave them hope, and that's on us. We have to look forward now. Plus, we started to do a lot of stupid things on the ball, we allowed them to play on the long balls." Gary Neville tells Arsenal how to beat Man City after giving up Premier League title advantage. Gary Neville has revealed his primary concern with Arsenal in the Premier League title race. The Gunners are now only 4 points ahead of Manchester City at the top of the table, and the reigning champions have a game in hand too. After West Ham held the North Londoners to a draw on Sunday, Arsenal have surrendered a 2-goal lead twice in a week despite having never done so previously during Mikel Arteta's tenure. Speaking on Sky Sports, the former Manchester United defender explained how the Gunners lost their foothold in the tie and why the manner of their recent misfortunes are a worry. "What worried me a little bit was that Arsenal looked the leggy team in the last half an hour and West Ham were the team that had played on Thursday night and looked like the team with energy," said Neville. "That was the only thing that bugged me a little bit if I was Arsenal. And I've said it before, I've been in those title run-ins when you have young players and you just start to get a little bit sluggish, not moving as freely, not moving as quickly. So, they need loads of recovery, loads of rest, get off your PlayStations, don't go out for a meal. Relax, watch films, sit in, do your preparation, have your massages, ice baths. Do everything perfectly and win on Friday night. I'm sure they'll be good enough to beat Southampton on Friday night, but that's a really important match for them. Sometimes you need conflict." Pep Guardiola thinks Sadio Mane punching Leroy Sane will be good for Bayern Munich and make them more dangerous in second leg v Man City. Manchester City coach Pep Guardiola does not think Sadio Mane's fight with Leroy Sane will harm Bayern Munich. Guardiola thinks Mane-Sane fight could galvanize Bayern. Sometimes you need conflict to make the team together. City lead 3-0 ahead of Wednesday's second leg. The Man City boss has dismissed suggestions that the brawl involving Mane and Sane was a sign of disarray at Bayern and believes it makes the Bundesliga side more dangerous in their Champions League quarter-final second leg. Die Roten lost the first leg 3-0. Absolutely, sometimes you need conflict to make the team more together, I am pretty sure of that. It's not a weak point, it will be a strong point against us, Guardiola told the reporters after City's 3-1 win over Leicester. I know this club perfectly, I can imagine the situation against City, we play there, the players will do their best. Bayern will do their best on Wednesday, but I am pretty sure what happened here. If it was the opposite and we had lost 3-0 and didn't win today and there was some conflict, the team would say it is a final for us and we know exactly what we have to do and we will do it. Thanks for watching, please subscribe, like and share. See you again with more news. Bye for now.